Good evening from and good morning from Singapore. This is Dr. Deepak Vaikar sharing with you one of my presentation on accelerating and managing energy transition through ISO 50000 series for net zero vision. Now, this is the agenda for today's introduction has been done. Energy management ISO 50000 series. Then we'll go to the net zero vision, challenges and opportunities. And finally, we'll have summary and conclusions. Introduction. Very brief one now. I would like to share with you when Dr. Jose Gonzalez invited me for the Congress, I started preparing for it, which took me to my own alma mater. Okay, so I I was born in India on day of Deepavali. My parents gave me the name Deepak, means light, and then I studied in small town, completed my engineering, then master's degree, work as assistant director in Power National Power Training Institute, then studied at University of Saskatchewan, Canada for my MS, PhD from National University of Singapore, and since then I have been in Singapore in various capacity. What's in the name? There is a lots in the name. And that has brought me to the similar memories of 2021 last year, where I gave my first keynote on smartly managing energy using ISO 50001 for sustainable future. And I'm happy now this has been converted into a separate forum, ISO 50000 forum. And all of us know that Corona massively disrupted, and therefore we are still worried about. At the time, our worry was about clean air, water, and food, and which has been continued to be there for all of us. Okay, and this is nothing but energy. So, and now everybody is talking about how to go back to pre-COVID-19. Okay, pre-COVID-19, how to go back to that. But question arises, yes, there are various ways by which we can do it. And one of the ways could be if the environment outside is not good, then we use the devices which are energy consuming devices. Yes, water also, we need bottled water energy, food energy, oxygen energy. We may have to use the mask if the situation goes bad. Vaccination is important. So what we call it, clean self governance, and energy has a pivotal role to play for that purpose. Okay, energy aspect. But question arises: would you like to, or would we like to go back to the same old normal, wherein you can see the traffic jam and pollution. Yes, industries are humming, but they are polluting, and garbage is still being dumped and burned. Would you like to go back to the same old normal? That is the question. Then what is your feeling about the term current energy scenario? Okay, how are you feeling about it? Okay, how are you feeling about it? All of us know the energy prices. Oil has been rising. Okay, it has went all the way up to $100+. Okay, peak was there and is still rising. Coal prices are also rising. Natural gas prices are also rising, and as a result, Electricity prices are also rising. You must have heard from the UK Prime Minister now they want to do something about it because inflation is going up. So that is the impact of energy. It is going to affect the uh, economic growth, and some of them are saying recession is coming. The question arises then: do we want to go back to this old normal, or do we like to think something? Is there a scope for hope, considering that we want a modern, luxurious style which consumes more energy? Okay, there are more than 7 billion people on the earth. Our dependence on the oil, rising population, and geopolitical conflicts. All of us know Russia Ukraine war has disrupted many things, including energy. Okay, including energy. So do you want to go back to that old normal? Because according to various forecasts, various studies, they say if we continue our business as usual situation or case, then dominance of fossil fuels is expected to continue, and they say it might continue beyond 2030s. Okay, because that is what is the situation, and they have said that two-thirds of global greenhouse gas emissions come from the fossilized fuels. Yes, there are renewable energies coming, but at a very small pace. That is there. And if we don't take action, then we have to meet like this. What you are seeing there. Okay, what you are seeing here. We have to make like this. So currently we are dominated by the fossilized fuel, and they say okay by 2030 it is still going to continue like this one. Yes, percentage maybe little bit going down, and by 2050 all of them are now thinking about reducing further so that more and more of renewable energy comes into picture. Now that is the scenario. One of the okay. Now question arises how this transition from current here going here and to the 2050 where they are talking about the net. Okay. So what are challenges? What are challenges? Yes, I know. Necessities, mother of all of you know what is that? Necessity is mother of what? Okay, now that is where the energy management system plays a very crucial and critical role. It helps organizations to better manage their energy use, thus improving productivity. According to ISO 50001 standard, when they started that way. So after one, so ISO 50001 gives organizations a recognized framework for developing an effective energy management system. And when it started around 2013 or so, 2011 or so, and then after that, series of ISO 50000 protocols and standards were developed by, as just mentioned, ISO 50001, which is for effective energy management. Then 50002, okay, energy audits, which is very important one. Then again, 50003 came in for providing a certification of energy management system. So it started with voluntary and then certifications came in. Now there are some laws are coming which are becoming important for them. Then 50004 was a guidance for implementation, maintenance, and improvement of energy management system. So it is there is continuous improvements going on, and likewise 2006 for measuring energy performance using energy baseline has come in, and most important energy performance indicators. And last but not least, now 50007 for energy services. Okay, so since there are so many versions coming, and there is a committee which can continuously look at it and bring the better and better improvements for energy management system using ISO 50000 series. Now, how is it going to impact sustainable development? That is the question. All of us know that on the left hand side of your screen, what type of development we should aspire to. Sustainable one, nice, clean and green, or destructive one. They call it D, destructive. S, sustainable, D, destructive. You can put in chat box which one we should be going for. All of us know we are facing this major challenge. And for that purpose, United Nations has come up with the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17. I heard 18 goal is also coming for energy system. There are two which are very important. One is number 7, affordable and clean energy. Along with that will go our what is known as industry innovation and assistance framework, and followed by sustainable cities. If these three are taken care of, and my favorite another one is quality education. Education is very important, which we need to provide to various sectors of the population. So that brought us to now what they are talking about, net zero vision. Net zero vision. What is that? Okay, what is your feeling about the term net zero vision? Okay, what is your what? How do you feel about it? Put in chat box. Put in chat. Now, what one of the definitions which is that whatever emissions, predominantly greenhouse gas emission, pollution, minus absorption of those emissions equal to nets. That is what they are simply defining mathematically. So if we can balance that, then we have got net zero. And with once you have got net zero, okay, United Nations says, put simply, net zero means cutting greenhouse gas emission to the close to zero as much as possible, and with remaining emissions reabsorbed from the atmosphere by various means, oceans, forests, and any other measures. If that happens, then we are there. Now, all of us know that the sustainable development definition, which says that the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation that meet their own needs. Yes. And how to make it net zero? How to make it net zero? Okay. Well, we recommend that just add two words, not greed. Okay, meets the needs of the present, not greed. Simply meets up the own need for the future, but not greed. And if you are able to do that, then we are going for sustainable development net zero. Okay, I hope many of you might relate with me on this one. And according to United Nations, the energy sector is the source of around 3/4 of greenhouse gas emissions and holds the key for averting worst effect of climate change. That is what many of them are saying. Okay, that is what many of them are saying. So, and one of their recommendation, I think many of them are recommending, those who are environmental, they say replace polluting coal, gas, oil-fired power with energy from renewable sources such as wind or solar and wood. Okay, and then say would dramatically reduce carbon emissions. Yes, that is what everybody is advocating. Many of them are advocating now, and even international energy recommends, International Energy Agency recommends that an orderly transition across energy sector. Okay, emission minus absorption is equal to net zero, but it must be orderly. You see, this includes ensuring fuel security and electricity supplies at all times. No disruption, minimizing standard assets where possible, and aiming to avoid volatility in energy markets. And all of us are seeing this one like in last 1 year, it has been terrible for the prices, energy prices. They have been volatile, fluctuating. And therefore, shaping a secure and sustainable energy future for all is the document created by International Energy Agency. That could be a framework and which can be adopted into energy management system series. So ISO 50000 series could continuously evolve and adapt to those standards which are in line with what we are looking for. If that is the case, obviously transition strategies now needs to be shaped using ISO 50000 series. But then what are the challenges? There are challenges. There are many challenges. What are they? Ideally, what we want is all fossil fuel energy replaced by clean and green energy. Ideally, we want that. But they say before you that, even if everybody saying go for solar photovoltaic has problems. It has efficiency still low, hardly 15 to 20%. Still, it in the laboratory. On site, it is different. Reliability is also low. Okay, out of around 12 hours, they say sun is available only 4 or 5 hours maximum. We can use it properly. Then you need a storage, predominantly battery storage, which is not environment friendly. Maintenance is required. So, but therefore there is a high scope for research and development. So those solar energy they are projecting, we should move quickly, but these are the challenges that must be made. That is why transition needs to be done properly. And to accelerate it, we must invest in research and development. Same is the case with the wind energy, though the prices may have fallen, but still it requires high wind speed. So you cannot put wind farms everywhere. Maintenance problems are there because these are huge sizes, okay, high space, low efficiency, low reliability because wind is varying. Therefore, for accelerating energy transition, we must invest in research and development and make them better efficiency, low space, higher reliability, and less maintenance. And that is where energy management systems comes. And obviously now everybody is talking about how we can shift, how we can shift. And in interim side, okay, they say many of them say go by electric vehicle, but before electric vehicle become that that efficient, effective, we need some transition. In transition, they are recommending instead of sugar cane converted into sugar and then affecting us as a health, which is a destructive in nature. If we can convert that into biogas, ethanol, biodiesel, I think using the engineering management process, energy management process, and putting those fuel tanks and converting the vehicles into hybrid vehicles. This could be a transition solution because till we get 100% electric vehicles, this is going to be a challenge. And therefore, which has been adapted into also energy management system, World Energy Council, which I had a privilege to be a vice president in the year 2000. And at that time, they issued a statement called Achieve Energy Efficiency in Entire Energy Supply Chain, Generation, Transmission, Distribution, and Utilization. I know most of the time people used to focus on where they can get bigger money. So first thing they say behavioral change. We must change our behavior and switch off lights, fan, devices when not in use. Okay, so they say doing this one itself we can reduce around 15%, 15% efficiency. Then remember another behavior change. All of us feel that oh, Bitcoin is one of the fantastic, and what is happening is Bitcoin is not energy efficient. Okay, the mines consumes huge quantity of energy. They say Bitcoins consumes annual power in terawatt hours. Okay, and it's going to go up unless something is done about it. Data centers takes around 200 terawatt hours. Okay, so unless they are made green, mines are made green, this is tremendous waste. which needs to be addressed. So cryptocurrency is not a technology. Blockchain is. And blockchain can be used using energy efficient management system. Okay, that is most important part because all of us know it is consuming a huge quantity of electricity and the prices are going up. So demand can be reduced by cutting unnecessary wastage. This is a wastage which can be cut. And when you say wastage needs to be cut, there's another behavioral change. Okay, behavioral change. This is also behavioral change. If you want, whether you want to be playing in this game or you change, you say we don't want to be part of it. Now, many of them lost huge quantity of money. Now, what we want, should we burn and dump waste, or should we convert that waste using proper process and applying ISO 50000 series so that it is more efficient and generate energy, create electricity. So bio waste to energy. That is the future. That is the sustainable one. So put whether okay, S or BH, whatever you want to call it, destructive D. Which one you prefer? And that brings us to the very important topic of energy efficiency. So obviously energy conservation is a continuous process. We had to change the behavior. Energy efficiency is the engineering process. It is a management process. It is a policy direction process by which we can achieve those efficiency. And they say we can achieve almost 25% additional energy saving by energy efficiency measures. So along with energy conservation and energy efficiency, we can cut our energy usage by almost 40%. And that is what it should be done. That is what most of the protocols are asking us to do instead of blindly just trying to manage supply side. Before you manage supply side, also try to manage demand side. If you are able to do that, okay, 40% down, now the 60% left. What we can do with that 60%? Yes, ISO 50000 is there, series. Use systematically to get that energy efficiency and management right. Apply at various levels. And then whatever you are getting saving you are getting here, you can start investing in new and renewable energies here. Whichever now, though they are expensive now, and some of them they are claiming that prices are going down, but actually not. Okay. So that way, what you can, if now you can replace using your saving, invest into renewables, your original demand, which was 100, can be cut down to hardly 30 by using fossil fuels. Now you are reducing. This is the transition phase. So it will not happen in one day, it will not in 1 year, it will require years of systematic application of ISO 50000 series. And for that purpose, we have to prepare skilled people. We have to prepare ourselves. And we are very happy to announce that we have collaborated with various organizations to share these smart, clean, and green related energy management related initiatives. Thank you to World Energy Council. Thank you to the International Energy Foundation and IEEE, which has been helping us to reach out to various individuals. And thank you to now also Mexico Quality Conference. So choice is very straightforward, my friends. Destructive. Yeah, I can tell you now also 70% of electricity is generated by China, India, and some of the nations is coming from coal. Natural gas prices was a major problem. There was a disruption because of Ukraine war, and the European Union is now investing in again in coal. They're using coal-fired power stations. But how to shift from here to using science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics to clean and green devices, including micro hydro, solar thermals, wind, and other new and renewable energies. Then we are shifting to sustainable development. Sustainable. And obviously, just because God we have got little bit environment friendly energy doesn't mean that we should guzzle it, we should waste it. We should still apply energy management principles. So ISO 50,000 series must be applied even to the new and renewable energies so that they continue to be useful for the people and there will be reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. So with this global scenario, now let me take you to one of the parts of smart, clean, and green energy world virtually. Okay, please board your flights. Mexico Congress has given you that. Board your flights, follow all protocols. Still, though they say COVID is gone, your flight captain is going to take you to one of the smart clean and green land. And because you're traveling in the speed of light in the mind, you are reaching out within fraction of seconds and landed at the world's one of the smart, eco-friendly airport. You go inside also, it is very eco-friendly and green transportation available, and even there is a robot to take care of those who have difficulty carrying the even hand luggage. Yes, automated system to scan your passport and visa, your luggage will automatically arrive here, and one of our representatives waiting for you. Yes, you arrived here and will take you to the smart land, wonderful smart land. Yes, it consumes a lot of energy, but it has to be managed. Yes, in the smart city, future cities, there is a tremendous use of electric public transportation. Predominantly, people are using this electric public transportation. Some of them call metros, some of them call subways, whatever it is. And it requires energy. Yes, now electric vehicles are making inroads. I mentioned about it, but there is a battery is the problem. We need to focus on batteries and make it more energy efficient as well as take care of the quick charging aspects. Also, we need energy efficient motors here. So all this has to be done using energy management systems. That will reduce pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. I'm happy to inform you that on the 8th of March 2021, 8th of March 2021, Singapore government has passed, okay, a motion. No more new diesel car taxes in Singapore from 2025. It means if you want to buy a new diesel car or taxi from 2025, hardly 2 or 3 years now, you will not be able to get it. So you have to shift to other types of energy efficient green vehicles. So this is one of the ways we can tackle both, okay, consumption of energy and reduction of emission. This is the steps towards net zero. And for that to happen, we need a smart grid. We like it or not. We need a smart grid. We need smart meters. We need intelligence sensors. We need info communication, analytics, big data, AI, all those technologies, modern, okay, industry 4.0 and whatever they're talking about, industry 5.0 technologies needs to be brought in now, okay, so that we can manage our energy consumption, control it, and make it a smart grid. This is what the future cities would look like. As a result, wherever the electricity is generated is transmitted at a very fast rate and with minimum of cost, maximum efficiency. Yes, as I mentioned, even not only the big smart grid, but there is also need for the microgrids. Microgrids which can be now put in various parts and then combine into a big smart grid. because microgrids you can have better control there. Then you can use all those IIoTs, big data, data analytics, clouds, 5G, machine learning, artificial neural network, deep learning, artificial intelligence, and all types of devices and all types of devices that can be managed and controlled, and they work at the peak efficiency as much as possible. That is what the IEEE standard. Obviously, now everything getting so much of the technology, then we need cyber security. Okay, so it's a good mixture of renewable energy as well as less reliance on the fossil fuels energy. This is how there will be now systematically transition. Okay, transition from energy conservation, energy efficiency, use of clean energy, and more of it after systematically using energy management system for clean energy devices. And we will get more and more energy coming from clean and renewable energy sources and less reliance on the fossil fuels. And this is how our path to the net zero can proceed. So this is the vision. Smart, clean, and green energy has been shared with you. I am very confident that most of you will agree to it. So question is there a scope for hope or pipe dream? Put in chat box. Scope for hope or pipe pipe dream. And yes, we can do. If there is a scope for hope, we can go for future more and more, so that this become the fossil fuel becomes very tiny small component, and by 2060 2070 probably we can eliminate it. If that happens, this is a systematic process for accelerating transition from fossilized world to the clean and green energy world. Okay, net zero. So let me summarize and conclude. ISO 50000 series on energy management can catalyze, help catalyze to accelerate energy transition from dominant fossilized energy to sustainable, clean, and green energy to fulfill net zero emission goals and objectives as set out in various accords. Okay. Let me share with you one of my composition which was done in 2020 when everybody is talking about net zero. So net zero pollution, net zero waste, net zero energy at its best. Make them part of everyday routine. Keep our surroundings clean and green. Keep our surroundings clean and green. Okay. So feel free to share. Take a snapshot. You can share it. Okay. That is net zero. I acknowledge. Okay. International Energy Foundation, International Energy Agency, World Energy Council, United Nations, and ISO IEEE Mexico Quality Congress, Professor Jose, Institute of Engineers India, and Google Images, for which has been useful for me to using this presentation. Okay. So with this, let me take you back after observing clean energy, which is being now getting penetrated on the rooftops, also floating solar panels, clean and green transportation. We bring you to the smart and eco-friendly airport. Yes, this is your departure hall. You can use automated system which uses energy, and therefore we need to manage it. But using smart grid, microgrid, you can manage it efficiently. And fast check-in, your visa has been checked. Your luggage automatically screen sanitize, sent here. You show your app here, and enter. Obviously, you have to still follow some of the protocols, whatever they are saying. Your friendly pilot is there to take you to your own places after visiting one of the smart cities virtually on the way or back to your own places. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to share with you how we can accelerate and manage energy transition through ISO 50000 series for net zero vision. This is Dr. Deepak Paikar bringing you back to your own places. Okay, take care. Thank you and have wonderful evening. I will be happy to take your questions.